U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now it's Trubisky. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Haywood!
From the gun, it's Ryan. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Cook following the penalty. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Airing it out deep for Smith. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Chicago. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Now, remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Coleman. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing on 2nd down. Trubisky and a completion to Wilson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. I got it. 54,
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction. And the pressure gets to him again. Danielle Hunter in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped out, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they take a 17-14 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
No. Wait. Why? Get wide.
General West.
Ryan now off the bootleg. He'll have a first down past the 40. Open man here is Conklin. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
That's good for a Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
25.
Vikings 14.
Begin. Check.
Check 9.
39.
Ready to go.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A toss to Cook. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Hey, Tuesday.
On third down, Ryan. Being chased out left. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Yeah, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing here, Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. Evan Ingram with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Right back to Coleman here on first down. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Danielle Hunter, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he's going to go down again. Danielle Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Check.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom! Sack, baby! Sack!
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
To throw again on 2nd down, Trubisky. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
I got you, pop. Hey, ball. Hey, Alpha. Get this
Looking to throw. Trubisky on first down. This one complete to Coleman. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing again on second down. Trubisky. And this is taken in by Wilson for a Bears touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Ryan to throw. And this is Cook with the grab. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Lets it fly for Thielen. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now Ryan. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Now Cook. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick-sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick-sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they gave up the pick-6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
On 2nd and 2, Ryan. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Ryan under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shane Ray, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Ryan. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. That's to Cook out of the backfield. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
Yeah, if you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trubisky will throw. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Here we go, let's bring it.
They'll run with Coleman on first down and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up on Mike Hughes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. They run again on first down. Cook. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk about football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 36. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Down, ready, 25. Know your job. Bang, bang, bang. 21. Bang, bang. Get up.
Again, it's Cook. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
26 months. Watch the run.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Khalil Mack, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Hey, echo. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Let's go one more.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Coleman now. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Caught by Wilson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On 1st down, Coleman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Well, Charles,